All right, hey guys, welcome back to another solo board game playthrough. We're going to be playing a playthrough of Everdell Silverfrost. This is the collector's edition that was on crowdfunding. Just got recently delivered. This is the next, I think they call it like is it the Edge of the World? What is it called? I took the sticker off. This is the next Everdell game that's not that's not like main Everdell. So Far Shore was the first one. This is the second one. And it's a standalone game. The way that I understand it, I think maybe some of the expansions add in a lot of things, and so these are kind of games based on the expansions, so there's some elements of some of those things from expansions. I don't really know that for sure. Never played base Everdell. But if you know Everdell or any other Everdell games, you know the general kind of gist of it. It's worker placement, tableau building, so that's not very different here. Where this game does add a lot of differences is we have this beacon area here that's going to let us fire off some very powerful big critter abilities. So they're and then we're going to be getting a lot of snow. So the snow is going to impact a lot of things here. So I'll kind of go over some of the differences. I did do a playthrough of Far Shore some time back. So if you're not familiar with Everdell, I go into more of the explanation of like the general system. Here I'll go over some of the differences. And much like regular Everdell and Far Shore, the board is a crazy shape, which I'm not a fan of this. I'm going to be straight up like, I need a square board. This is insane. But it is what it is. And of course we get a giant cardboard thing to put stuff on. So this would be the beacon area. This is this. However, obviously this is a little insane. So I'm not actually playing with this. In fact, I'm going to construct it and I'm just going to set it somewhere in my office or something, or in the basement, because I'm not going to use this ever. This thing's crazy. And obviously for camera, it's not great. So I'm going to turn this off to the side here, get that out of the way. The solo opponent in this game is very different than Far Shore. So the solo opponent's name is Pause. This is what it looks like. This is our solo opponent. I'll go over how he works in a bit. Let me kind of talk about some of the elements on the board first, and then we'll get into everything. So, of course, you've got the deck of cards. You have the Valley here. Much like base Everdell, you can play cards from your hand or the Valley. If there's any duplicates in the Valley, they get stacked up. We have our basic areas to get us resources. So that's birch, moss, copper, acorns. Acorns are going to be the resource that lets you play your critters, and then everything else is for your constructions. You've got the guild, which lets you complete quests. We have these Highland quests, which are two. There's Highland quests equal to the number of players plus one. These are kind of one-time, whoever gets it first gets it kind of things. So these are worth a lot of points. We're kind of racing for them. And then we have Lowland quests, which are these right here in my hand. We're going to choose from one of these. And these are kind of personal objectives that we keep hidden through the game. Obviously, in solo, he doesn't care. These are two exclusive spots, and then there's a group spot. The group spot costs fire. I'll get into what fire is in a bit. Hot Springs gets us fire and card draws. The Forge lets us discard cards to get resources. And then the Journey, which is only available in spring. Obviously, we start in summer, then we go to winter. We go to fall, winter, then spring. This goes at the end of the game. We get these spots. We will discard cards to place our workers here in order to get endgame scoring. So this is only available at the end of the game. Fire is a resource that is used to clear snow off of cards and locations. And the snow tokens, which are these, are going to help contribute to endgame scoring. And they also stop us from doing a lot of things. This is our reminder that one fire will remove snow. Again, I'll get into that more later. And then here is the beacon, and there's 2 beacon spots available in 2-player. Then a third one adds in 3rd player, and a 4th one adds in 4th player. And what these do is we place one of our workers there. We have to spend a fire, and then we get to activate any one of these big critters. Depending on which one we activate, we'll get the points associated with the top. Those triangles are victory points. And then we'll activate the effect, discard that card, slide things down, and add to it. So this is a pretty cool area here. We also all get a ranger, which is going to be this guy in some snowshoes. And our ranger can do one of 2 things. Our ranger, when we place it on a location that is an exclusive location, so for example, if I place it here, I get a fire. So I just get a fire straight away. If that spot is covered with snow, I can use the fire that I got on that turn to remove the snow. The other thing you can do is actually it can occupy a spot that another player has occupied. So if Pause went there, I, with my ranger, could go here as well and use that ability. So it doesn't really stop you. We also have chimneys, which we'll get into. They are the anchors from Far Shore, and there may be another thing from one of the other Everdell games that lets you basically place out a critter on a construct for free. So let's just hop into it here. We start the game with 6 cards because we are the second player. And do I want to keep this hand? Yeah, I do want to keep this. I'll keep this hand. So we're going to keep this hand. We have to choose between 2 of these cards. And so a lot of things are going to care about the player on your left. Obviously in 2-player, that's just both of us. So at some time in the game, if I have 3 brown cards or 3 or more red and green cards, in at least one of each, equal to or greater than the person to my left, which will be pause, then I can turn those in. So I'm going to choose one of these. I think I'm going to go with this one because I want to get some of these buildings out. This goes to the bottom here. I'll keep this off to the side down here, and then if we complete it, we'll stick it up here. And I got my hand here, so we'll just kind of hop into it. We're going to be playing against the level 2 difficulty for pause, and so pause doesn't really care about these guild cards. He's got a deck, and whenever he needs to do the guild, he'll flip those over and active and get those. So his deck, the AI system for this is very different than Far Shore. It consists of 2 decks of cards. There's scheme cards and map cards. The map cards are going to tell us what action he'll take, whether it be placing out a worker or playing a card. And so we're going to place one of these map cards out, and then we're going to play a scheme card. And again, he's first player. We start where the cave is, and we move clockwise. And the scheme card has one of 4 options. And so we place that so that the corner of that scheme card fits over the card we're playing. So here, he'll place out a worker. He places. He's going to go to this spot. And then if he wasn't placed out here, it tells it where he's going to play a card from. But he's going to place out a worker onto the double moss spot. And he always places his ranger last. So this will get placed here, of course, blocking it for me. And that's his turn. If for some reason he couldn't do that, there's some things that will move. He'll choose some different priorities based on those. But we'll get into that in a bit. So that's his first move. He's coming here to stop that spot, which means he's going to place a worker next, and then he's going to play some more cards. He will not. He will continue to play cards even if he plays all his workers until we decide to change seasons. So we can change seasons before him and keep moving so long as he has workers left. However, if he has no workers left and we're still playing, he will continue to play cards until that happens. So I think I want to get this in played out. He's kind of taking the spot for me, which is a bit of a bummer, but I can use my ranger to go there. If I get this in out, that would be really nice. Although I could go to the forge and get my resources and then save my other worker to use this to play another card. So maybe that's what we do. So I'm going to use my ranger to go here because I went to an exclusive spot, 1 pause spot with my ranger. It lets me get a fire. And then I'm going to discard up to 3 cards and gain 1 resource for each card I discarded. So I want to keep this. I think I want to keep this. I'm going to discard these 3 cards, put in the discard pile, and we're going to gain the 2 birch and the 1 moss. So we've got the birch and the moss, and then that'll be my turn, of course, because we can play a card, we can place a worker, prepare for a season. Okay, so his next card will be to place out. He's going to pick the left-hand spot up here. He'll place this here. He doesn't pay for fire, so whenever he does start the game with a fire, he doesn't pay for fire. So every time he places his ranger on a spot, an exclusive spot that doesn't occupy a place where our worker is, he will get a fire. Now these are going to score him points at the end of the game, and also when we're looking at the Highland objectives, anything that considers a resource. So for example, this one, when he goes to consider it, I have to care about birch, but he's going to count fire as that instead. So that's what he's doing with that. So he goes there, he'll discard this and get 3 points because he'll get the 3 from there. I've got all the resources off to the side here, so I apologize. But, yeah, they're not on camera. But he's going to discard this. These will slide over. And that will be his go. So he's already winning. Okay, we're going to play our inn by spending our 2 birch and our moss. And this gives us an ability to place a worker here to play a card from the valley for 3 fewer resources. So it's something that we're going to consider here. Which I'm wondering what the best thing would be to do for that. We have this one, this post office we could do. We could do the Storm Watch or the Chip Digger. The chip digger, activate 1 in your city, or discard a card to clear snow in your city, activate 1 in the valley. This might be a little bit better to maybe activate that. We'll see. Maybe he's going to take a card. So, okay, so here he's going to take a card. He's going to take one from the deck. He'll just play it, and that's the card he's played. So he's played that card. Let's go ahead. If we activate the inn, we can take this, or this. Taking this as a production card would be to activate it. However, I don't have another green card in my city, and I don't want to discard a card to clear snow because I have no snow in my city. So that's not going to really do me any good. I could get this card, which could be good, and then I could activate this and discard 2 cards from the valley to gain resources. For each card I discarded. So I think that's actually a good option. So we're going to play a card from the valley for 3 fewer resources. We're going to get the Storm Watcher. This common critter, we can activate 1 green card from the valley or discard a card in order to clear a snow from the board. We're going to activate 1 in the green card in the valley. So we're going to activate this one, which says discard 2 cards from the valley. Then based on what they are, get the thing. So if we discard a brown card, we'll get a birch. Green card, we'll get a moss. A blue card, we'll get a copper. A red card, we'll get an acorn, and then a purple card, we'll get a point. So what do we want to discard? I'm looking at my hand now. I kind of like, I could almost play this, but not quite. Is there anything I can get? If I get some stuff, I can play some stuff. Nothing really costs 2. Everything's pretty expensive. Let's discard. What gets me... Okay, we'll discard this Flow Fairy and get myself a copper, because copper is only gotten here and it's a little harder resource to get. And then we'll discard this Chip Digger and get ourselves an acorn. And then we'll refill the spots. Up the beacon, so we've doubled up there. Cloakmaker, the Mill, and the Scout. Okay, he's going to take his next turn. He's going to take a card from the deck again, and it's going to be this Longhouse. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything left I can do, so I'm going to prepare for a season. And so again, like I said, he's going to do the same after I am. But I'm going to prepare for a season. So what we're going to do is we're going to gain a fire for each card in our city that does not have snow on it. So neither of mine have snow, so I get 2 fire. Then we're going to get 1 worker and a chimney. Now, the way, like I said, the chimneys work is that you'll see a spot here on one of the constructions. We can place a chimney over that spot, pay a fire, and play a what do you call it? A critter of that type. So that's how that works. We're going to activate our production building. So activate 1 in the valley or discard a card to remove snow. I'm going to activate this one again from the valley, which lets me discard 2 cards again. We're going to discard... I'd really like to get this out if I can. We're going to discard the Scout for a moss. And discard the Post Office for an acorn. So we've activated our production. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add snow. So the first thing we do is for a 1 to 3 player game, we're going to draw 2 of these snow cards, and this is going to tell us where we're going to place snow on the board. So we have the valley, we place snow here. I'm going to place that snow there. And then we have this spot, we're going to place snow here. Now, these spots are going to cost fire to activate those spots. So if I want to come to this spot later, I'm going to have to spend a fire for right now to use that spot. If a card has snow, but if we're going to play it, so we cannot interact with any... Oh, this actually should be with this. So that was my fault. That should be with that. So if we were to activate or interact with that in any kind of way, we are unable to while there's snow on it. So if I wanted to build this mill from the valley, I'd have to pay to remove the snow before I build it. He doesn't care about that stuff. He'll just take those cards. If the time is right, he'll take those cards. It doesn't really matter for him. And also, once on our turn, we can spend the fire to remove snow from our city. So that's another thing we can do. Okay, so we've done that. Then we're going to add snow to 3 cards in our city. I only have 2, and then this is its highest victory point value, and then that's the priority. For me, it's both of these things. So while cards have snow on them, not only are they not considered for activation, they're also not considered for objectives. So for me right now, while there's snow on these, I have 0, even though I have a red and a green. So I have 2 versus his 1. This counts technically for me having 0. Also will prevent us from scoring at the end of the game. So it's another thing we need to keep in mind. The one little caveat to removing snow is if I were to place a worker, when you place a worker to remove snow from that location, that does not count as you removing snow from your city. So I could technically place, him here, move this for free because of the fire, and then spend a fire token to remove this one. So that's another thing to kind of keep in mind, that we have some options here to deal with that. So we've done that, and then we're done. We've done our stuff. Now he's going to prepare for season, just like I am. He's going to take his workers. He'll take those back. If his scheme card were to have anything left over on it, we're just going to discard him. He starts with a new scheme card and new map cards. He doesn't care about activating green cards. He's going to add cards to. He's going to add snow to the various parts of the board. So that gets that. And then he doesn't add anything to his city, so snow to his city. So he's done there. He's done his deal. That's his next scheme card. And so we're going to do our turn now. So we're on to our turn. So I can play a card from the valley for 3 less. What would I want to play from the valley? This Warden, you get 3 points for every color. You have at least 3 of a card. For every color card, you have at least 3 of in your city. Ooh, that could be something. I do like this card, though, so I may try to use this to play this for 1 acorn. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to spend a fire to remove this token. We keep these. So we're going to spend a fire to remove that token and go here. It's going to let us play a card from the valley for 3 less. We're going to play this Trailblazer by spending an acorn because it costs 4. Discard 2 cards from the valley. Based on that, get the thing. So let's play our Trailblazer out right here. I get to discard 2 cards. Again, these cannot be interacted with. So, I want that smithy at some point, so we're probably going to wait to do that. I need a birch. What gets me a birch? So we'll discard this for a birch. And we'll discard this for a point. Okay, that was our go. Place that out, just making sure that there's the same. Okay, so he's going to place his first card here. He's going to do the journey spot. Now, the journey spot is only available during spring, so he's not going to do that. So we're going to consult his tactics card. And here is the tactics card. So based on the arrow here, so you can see it's an up arrow. Sometimes it's a down arrow on the middle icon there. He will move, based on where he can't go, he'll move to the next location. So because he can't do the journey location, he'll move up to the right-hand side on the guild and gain the victory points for that card he's dismissing. So he's going to place here. This gets discarded because there's 3 on another spot. He gets 3 points for that. So we're going to swap the 2 out for a 5-er. Those slide down. And then when this happens... Oh, I forgot to mention. Sorry, I'm going too fast. Let me place this out. Anytime he uses his tactics, he's going to place out one of these paw tokens. When he, at the end of the round, prepares for a season, any card with a paw token left on it, he gains as a face-down card that he'll score additional points at the end of the game. If anything ever considers his hand of cards, that's his hand of cards. So just keep that in mind. So he's going to place this paw token out. He's going to look and see on the scheme card, that's the priority. So he's going to look for a green card first. There are no green cards. He's going to look for a brown card. There is a brown card. There's 2 brown cards. So he looks for the one that has the most points. He's going to take that. If I don't take that card by the end of the round, then he'll take it as a face-down card. Now, the one thing I forgot is at the end of spring, he places this token on the forge. And if I want to use this space, I have to pay him a fire now instead of paying a fire to the bank. So I forgot to do that. He'll also do that to the guild spot at the end of winter. So forgot to do that. My bad. All right. So right now I have 1 green and 1 red. He has only 1 green. So I'm actually going to use the guild spot. And I'm going to do my lowland quest. So I have more than my one. I have at least 1 of each, and I have more than my opponent. So this gets me 5 points at the end of the game. I'll just set that there. and then I'll get to draw 2 and keep 1. So here are our 2 options. Have more green than the person on my left, and have 1 of each. I'm keeping the 1 with green because I should be able to complete that if I remove fire. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that. As a free action, I'll remove this from here. And then if I want to go there with my other character this turn, I could do that and complete that other quest because I've got 2 green and he only has 1. Okay. Again, this board is obnoxious because I'm like having to try to get this all to fit on camera. So, all right, he's going to go play a card. He's going to play a card from the valley. He's going to prioritize it using this. So he's going to place out this one because it's worth the most points. I think, let me just double check. There's when playing cards, choosing from the valley, highest value of tide, choose 1 with snow. So he's going to play that card out. He's going to get this token back. This refreshes. All right. All right, so I still have this guy left. Activate one of your deployed workers. Ooh, so I could go here, spend a thing to go here, then activate the Whisperer to activate one of my deployed workers, which will activate this one, which activates my other quest. I could do that, or I could do this to play another card from the valley. Do I have resources to play another card? I do. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to go here. I have to spend a fire to clear the snow and a fire to place, so I'm going to spend 1 fire, because my ranger by default does that, to get the snow token and activate one of these guys. I'm going to activate this Whisperer here. Gets me 3 points because it's in this spot. And then activate one of your deployed workers. And I assume that means when I activate a deployed worker, it's just where it's at already. Let me make sure that makes sense. I don't know. I imagine that's what that means. Like activate it where the spot it's on. The beacon. Activate deployed worker. That's the way I'm taking it. If that's the incorrect assumption, please comment that. But I believe that's what that means. So if I have a worker that's already out, I get to activate where it is. If I missed that somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to activate this worker here. Or do I activate this one? I'll activate this worker here and complete this quest because I've got 2 greens. He has 1, so it's more than him. I'll draw 2 from here. And 3 copper or 4 of one color that's not green. I'll take the 3 copper one. Okay, that is my go. He will go here. He's going to go to the birch spot. Boom. Okay, so I have a couple options here. I can do this to get a critter. This critter, I could get this critter for free. Remove this from my, and that could be good. I basically would be able to get this back and reuse it. I could spend a few resources to place out this, place something out. Place out this trading post. Yeah, let's do that. Let's spend these 3. To play out this trading post. This lets me gain 3 different things here. I'm going to gain a fire. I'm going to gain a copper. And I'm going to gain a moss. Okay, he's going to play a card. He plays a card from the valley. It's going to be a purple card. So you're going to take this purple card and he takes this snow. Place that there. Slide these over just a tad bit. It's got some snow there. We can still keep going. I think I'm going to play out this by spending a fire. And I can play out a red critter. So I'm going to pay a fire to do that and then pay another fire to get the cloak maker. And this guy here will let me activate 2 different production buildings in the city or in the valley. Okay. He's going to keep going because he still has a worker left, so we'll discard these. He'll have a new map card. He'll start here, and he'll place here. He can't place there because he has his own worker there. You can't place a ranger on a spot that you have your own worker. So he will move with his tactics card, and if it's the rightmost one, he moves down to the journey. He can't do the journey, so he moves down to this one. I'm here, and you can't place a ranger where ranger is, so he goes up to the forge. Goes here with the forge. He will get himself, I think, so normally when he goes to the forge, he gets himself a fire, so I think that he still does that. I'm going to give it to him because I believe he still does that, even with his... So he gains a fire for placing his ranger and another fire for visiting the forge. And then because he did that, he's going to place a paw token out, prioritizing it purple, and place that there. Okay, I think that's all I can do. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pass and prepare for a season. So I'm going to get now 1 fire for every 2 buildings I have. And again, if any of them had snow, they would not count. So I get 2 fire because I have 5 buildings. I get 2 fire. I will get my workers back and another chimney. I've got 4 workers. I will flip this over. So for the rest of the game, it's going to cost me 2 fire to take a thing off. And then we're going to wipe these all out, which I didn't refill this. But these all get wiped. We'll refill. We're going to place out 3 of these cards now. So the Valley, we're going to place that there. We're going to place 1 here. And we're going to place 1 on the Birch. And then we're going to place 4 in our city. And of course, it's going to be by point value. So this one, and then it's going to go production and that. Okay. So we've prepared for season. He's going to take a turn. He's going to prepare for season because he has played all his workers. So same thing for him. He'll get this guy. He'll get this. He'll get this and this. He's going to place this out here. So I've got to pay him to use this spot. And then he's going to do 3 cards here. So Birch. Not Birch, sorry. Moss. The Guild. He'll take this spot. And then the Acorn spot. Okay, now that we're halfway through, let's kind of look at what these are. So we have used both of our... This is to use both of our chimneys and have more fire than our opponent. I'm definitely going to get that because he can't use the chimneys. Here, have 5 green buildings and equal to or greater than the amount of birch. My birch would be compared to his fire, so that might be a little more difficult. And then have 2 of each color, which could probably be difficult. So we're probably going to end up trying to get snowed in because it's just worth a decent amount of points, and we're already kind of partway there. Although he has more fire than I do, so it's going to take me a minute. All right, I've got 1 card in my hand. All my buildings are kind of out of whack. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and place this here. We'll get 2 fire, and we'll go ahead and draw 2 cards from the deck. So we've got the inn, and we've got the mountain pool. All right. So this gets replaced because we've started a new season. All right, he places out here. He gets to take this for free. And then he's going to take away this card and get himself 2 victory points. Nope, that's a 5. I don't want to give him that many. Oh, I forgot to give him this card. He should have taken this card at the end of the round. So this is a face-down card for him as his hand. All right, there we go. All right, Argo now. I'd like to clear one of these, which, like I said, is going to cost me 2. It's going to cost me 2 Winter's Fury. Let me see. Where's Winter's Fury? So prepare for a season. From now on, removing snow will cost a player 2 fire instead of 1. Yeah, okay. So if he were to go, it'd cost me 1 additional, basically, because it cost me 1 to do this. So if I want to go there, I could do that to remove that, activate 2 green buildings. My green buildings are kind of preoccupied at the moment. Ooh, that's a bunch of wood if I go there, which could be really good. And it'll be free if I send him. I want to get these cleared because when we go into spring, I want to get those activated. So we've got to make sure we can do those. I'd also like to get this village store done, which I need more moss for. And I need another one of these to complete this ready for runners. It's a lot of birch. Aurora could be good because I could reactivate this and get the resource I needed to play out this village store. But it's like so far down that I don't know that I want to do that quite yet. Man, a lot of options here. A lot of options. I do think I want to clear off. What can we play from here that would get us something for cheaper? The inn. I could play the inn and then play something from the... Oh, this is... Oh, I already have an inn. Okay. I can play another inn. Play one from your hand for cheaper. That could be good. And then I could get this village store out sooner. So maybe we'll do that. We're going to place this guy here by spending 2 fire. Or, hold on. Can I? No, I can't. We're going to clear this off. We're going to play a card from the valley for 3 cheaper. We're going to play out this smithy by spending our 1 moss. So that 1 moss plus the other stuff. And then this will get played as we can play a card from our hand for 3 fewer resources. Okay. He's going to go here. He's going to play a card from the deck. Carpenter. Just going to keep a stack here. Okay. Increase your hand limit by 2 when you achieve a thing. Draw a card to your hand, and then to your hand limit, then your player draws a card. Ooh, that could be good. But I need to spend fire to get the Sky Ranger, but I could get that Sky Ranger with my other chimney. So that could be good. If I played this for 2 cheaper, I still don't have all the resources I need. So the question is, do we... And I want to clear... I need to clear some of this fire off. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go here. I'm going to spend 1 fire. And then, because the ranger gets me the fire. And I get to activate 2 different things in the city or the valley. Okay, hold on. I don't want to do that yet. I lied. Not yet. Let's use this to go... Yeah, let's use this to go here. And we're going to activate Aurora. Aurora is going to let me activate one of my brown cards in my city. So I'm going to activate this one, which gives me 3 different things. I get no points because it's right there, but I get 3 different things. I'll get myself a moss, a fire, and a birch. And that's my go. Okay. He'll place out a worker in the guild. So he goes here. So he's going to look to see, do I have... And I think he prioritized one with snow. Let me make sure that's the case. I believe he prioritizes one with snow. When he goes to the guild, he will use one if able, but secondly, okay, if able, primarily choosing one that is unoccupied. So he doesn't take the snow because he wants to mess me up. Okay. So he's going to look to see, can he take one of these? He doesn't have chimneys, so I don't think this matters, but he does have more fire than me. But I don't think he gets this because he doesn't have chimneys. This one, does he have 5 green buildings? He doesn't. And then he doesn't have 2 of everything else? He doesn't. So he's going to take one from here, and he just gets this, and he automatically scores that for the end of the game. Okay. So the smithy, I'm going to play the smithy to play out the village store, which lets me get 2 things. So we're going to go here. I'm going to play this for 3 less. The 3 less is going to be the these 2, because it's going to be 1 birch, 1 copper and 3 moss. I'm spending 1 birch and 1 moss. I get to get 2 different things here. I'm going to get a fire. And I'm going to get a copper. I'm going to spend 2 of my fire to remove this, which I should have probably done last turn because I can only do this once per turn. So that's fine. We'll figure this out. That's fine. Okay. All right. His go. He's going to play a card from the deck. That's going to be a blue card here. Okay, we're going to spend this chimney on this to play. So we can either play it from here or here. This will let me play a non-unique critter, so a common critter. I could get this Trailblazer, which I already have one, which is fine, but then I could activate and get some more resources. So I think that's what we're going to do is we're going to activate this Trailblazer. We're going to get this critter. Again, discard 2 cards from the valley to gain the resources. We're going to discard... Do I want to get... A blue card will get me a copper, which I don't really necessarily need yet. Purple card will give me a point. We'll discard this Chimney Sweep for a birch. And we'll discard the inn for an acorn. And then I'm going to spend my 2 fire to remove this from this Trailblazer. And this refills. Okay, just making sure the doubles there. This gets removed. Sorry about that. That was crazy. I don't know why that happened. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Okay, we're going to go here. He's going to place a worker onto this spot. He gets this for free. All right, so we don't have a lot of things we can do left. I do have a lot of snow though, but we don't have a lot of things we can do here. I think we can, we can't play anything from there, so we may have to prepare for a season, which is totally fine. We're going to do that. So we're going to gain 2 fire for every. We're going to gain 1 fire for every 2 buildings. We have 8 buildings, however, one's got snow on it, so we have 7 buildings, so it's 3 fire. Get the 2 more workers, so now we have a total of 6. We're going to activate our green buildings, so we can activate them in any order. We're going to get 2 different things here. What do I want from here? I want to get some stuff out, but this isn't really that good. If I can get this guy next turn, that's going to be 6 additional points because I have 3 greens and 3 reds, so this could be good for us for endgame scoring. So maybe we want to do this, get ourselves an acorn, although I could do this with the 1 acorn I have, so I can get myself a fire for sure. And then the other thing I want to get, do I want to just draw 2 cards? Yeah, I'll just draw 2 cards. This lets me activate a green card in the valley or discard a card to clear 1 from the board. We'll think about that. Unless I want to discard one of those for something. Oh no, I think it'd be one of these spots. You know what? Let's use this to activate this. Tinder Cave, gain 1 point for every fire. Fire we have up to 4, so I get 4 points. So we're going to swap one of these out for this. Then I'm going to discard this for a moss for this effect. And discard, I guess, this for an acorn. And then we're going to do it again, and I'll discard this for a point. No, I want the artist. So I'll discard these 2 for an acorn and a copper. And then we'll refill. I don't know the refill timing if it happens after I get rid of stuff. Okay, so we've activated that. Then we're going to flip over 1 card here. It's going to put a snow in the valley. And then we have to put 2 snow on our city. And again, it's highest victory point value, so that one gets snow. And then the next thing would be a 2. And then starting in turn order or in a tiebreaker order, it's going to be a green card. Okay. So we are done with our turn. He has a worker left, so he's going to still keep going. He's going to play a card from the deck. It's going to be this guy here. Put that there. All right. I have the same. Okay, so we're definitely going to go here. It's going to cost me 2. Oh, but the fire is going to. It's going to cost me fire to go there. So I need to get him to move his people before I go there. So we're going to have to wait to do that. Okay, so we're going to spend our worker here to play a card from the valley for 1 less resource. So we're going to spend this to get the artist, because it's 4. Goes into our city. That's our go. He's placed out his last worker at the forge. That gets him 2 fire. Now he's got more fire than I do, which is a huge pain. Okay, that's his go. I have to go to the hot springs to get fire to match up, which is, again, huge pain. Oh, this is going to be flipped over. Because I want to get this. I can already get this achievement. And then I'd like to go here if I can before the end of the game too, and that'll get me a bunch of points. But then I'm not going to have a lot of cards in my city. Okay. The Guild Master could be good. And I have the acorns. If I could get it. Nope, I don't. Do I want to do this trading post? It's common. I could do another trading post with these resources. What do I have in my hand? Yeah, maybe I want to do that play that trading post with these three. Gain 3 different things. So I'll gain a fire. I'll gain the acorn that I just spent, and I'll gain the birch I just spent. It's a common construction, so I can have more than one. Okay, he's going to prepare for a season, so we'll clear this stuff off. Gosh dang it. Ugh. My dang microphone keeps getting caught. Okay, there we go. He's going to prepare for a season, so he gets his workers back. He has 6 fire, and I have 5 fire. So I need to get another fire, and then I need to go complete this. Well, no, I can't complete this quest yet. I can complete this quest first. But I got to get this one first because I need to spend fire to go there a second time. So I got to wait to do that. Okay. He gets his workers. He's going to place out one of these, which will be on the spot with that. And that's his go. All right. I need more fire. I guess we go here to get 2 fire and draw 2 cards. I don't think there's another way for me to get any fire at the moment. All right. So barring he doesn't take that from me, I think we're in a good spot. He's going to go place a worker out. He's going to place out in the forge. He's going to get himself a fire, but we're tied with fire. He's got 7 and I've got 7, right? Yeah, okay. All right, we're going to go here. And we're going to complete this objective because we have both of our chimneys and we have equal to or greater than fire. So we're going to get that quest. So we're going to achieve that quest. Then we're going to draw 2 from here. 5 fire or 6 uniques. We'll take the 5 fire one. And this doesn't, I mean, that's it. So no more is coming from that. Okay, he's going to play a card. He's going to play a card from the deck. It's going to be a green card that goes there. We're going to be sending our guy here and spending 1 fire plus my ranger to complete this quest for having 3 copper. We could draw 2 more. And it really doesn't matter what we take because we can only go there twice. We can only have 2 workers there at maximum. So he's not going to actually be able to go there unless he places his ranger there because he doesn't go to this spot. So we've blocked him out from going there, which is nice. So I don't think I have to. I think if he blocks us from there, that's really the deal there. I don't think he stops, or I don't think those spots stop us from using those spots. I don't believe. The forge, the guild. The guild's opera. When you visit here, you can achieve an objective. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay. He's going to go play a card from the deck. Another blue card. Okay, we have 2 workers left. I want to clear some spots off here, and I've got some cards that I want to get played. So, I think if I get another... Oh, is it the artist the thing I don't know if the artist is the thing I wanted. That's... Oh, yeah, more than him. So maybe I'm not going to score for the artist. Maybe I misread that. Maybe that's a different card I should have grabbed instead. This... Nope, I don't know. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I can't really achieve any more of these, so I'm not going to worry about them. I have way more snow than he does, so I'll get the bonus at the end for that. Got 2 workers left, and I want to clear some snow off my board. So we're going to spend 2 snow to clear this and do our cloak maker. To go there. Activate 2 production things in the valley or in your city. We're going to activate this one, which is going to be to get 3 different resources. I can get a moss, a fire. I got too much moss. And an acorn. That's number 1. Number 2 will be to activate this and discard 2 things. We're going to discard this for a point and discard this for an acorn. Because that's what we do that. We'll refill those there. And then I'm going to spend 2 as a free thing to remove this from there because I want to be able to score these at the end of the game. Okay, he's going to place out his worker on this spot here and score himself 2 points. That moves off, slides 2 points. Swap this out for a 5er. Okay, we still have 1 worker left, but we're going to be able to play a lot of stuff here, I think. So, ooh, Almskeeper looks like a good thing we can get. Get 1 point. Does not take up a thing in your city and gain 1 point for each unused resource and fire to a maximum of 6 at the end of the game. I like that. Well, we're going to play this first. If I play this, this is going to score me 4 points at the end of the game. If I play this, it's going to score me nothing. Okay, we have a worker left. We could go there, get Whisker, and then get this guy in order to secure a bunch of points for ourselves at the end of the game. That could be good. Playing a card from the Valley for cheaper could be good as well. But you have to use my last worker for that. So I think what we'll do is go here. We'll do Whisker. So it's going to get us 4 birch and 2 points. Slides over, and then I'm going to try to get that Almskeeper if I can. Much like normal Everdell, you can only have 15 cards in your city, so but that hasn't. We only have 10 right now. Okay. So his scheme deck has run out, so we're going to shuffle up. This gets flipped over. He's going to place out somebody here. All right. So for next, we're going to play him by spending the 3 acorns, the Almskeeper. And at the end of the game, we'll score points for that. So we get the Almskeeper out. He's going to go play another critter person here. He's going to go to a journey spot. So he goes the highest available one, which I forgot I needed to do that. So I guess I'm going to miss out on that. But he goes to here. If we were playing on level 1, he would always go. He only go here, but completely forgot about that. So that's a lot of points I'm going to miss out on. So I've got to make it up in other ways. So I have a ton of birch for this, and I've got a decent amount of fire. I need to clear that fire off so I don't lose the points for that. What else would I want to get played? And I could get this played. That could score me a decent amount of points at the end of the game. 3 moss. Yeah, let's play this. We're going to spend our 3 moss, our 2 moss and our 3 copper for this mountain pool. So we'll get 2 points for each gray build or brown building we have, and then I'm going to spend 2 fire to remove this snow token. Depending on what we got going on, we might have to. Oh, I'll play this Mossery, and then we'll probably end up calling it there for our game. Okay, he's going to play a card. He's going to play a card from the deck. It's going to be this. We're going to spend 2 birch for this Mossery. It's going to gain us, since it's the production building, we're going to get moss. Then we're at a good spot to maximize that score. We're going to pass, or we're going to be done with our turn. He's going to play a card from the Valley. He's going to play a gray card or a brown card if possible, and the one with the most victory points. He's going to play this one. Okay. We are going to end our go. So when we end, I think we leave our workers, right? So end of the game when we're going to pass. When you reach the end of spring, you cannot perform any actions. You are finished if a passing player cannot. Yeah, so we're passing. So we're done. And here's our city. I'm going to move some stuff out of the way to kind of or slide this down just a tad bit. We've managed to clear everything from our city. We only played 13 cards, which is fine. He's going to keep going until he plays all his workers, and he plays at least 15 cards. So he's played 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he's going to play. He's going to keep going until all his workers are placed, and he's played at least that number of cards. If he ever gets to a point where he's exceeded the card limit, amount of cards, he'll go until he places workers. But he's gonna have some time for that. So he's gonna place out the valley. He can't go to the valley, or he can't go to the moss area. So his thing's gonna go down, and he's gonna go to this area. Plays a paw thing on a red card. There is no red card, so he's gonna play it on a green card, and the green card worth the most points, which would be that one. Again, I've passed, so he's gonna keep going. He plays a card from the deck, which is gonna be that camp. He's going to place out his guy here to the forge. He can't go to the forge because he only cares about going to this spot. So going down, he wants to go here. He gets this, and he gains a fire. And then he places out another paw card, which will be on a green card as well. So he's going to go for this one. He's going to play another card from the deck. It's going to be from the valley. He's going to play out a brown card from the valley worth the most points. He'll take this one, because then tiebreakers top to bottom, left to right. Is 2 cards or 1? Okay. And then I think he still has more to play, right? So it's 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so he's going to keep going because he's going to play out up to 15 cards. He's going to keep going. Let's shuffle this up. And then because he would place a worker, but he has no workers left, he's just going to do the effect to take something. So he's going to take a card from here. He's going to go again, take a card from the valley. The card from the valley is going to be a brown card. We'll take this one. And then he's done, so he's going to take these 2 cards and any snow on them. And these go face down for him right there. He gets that. And that is going to be the end of the game. So we're going to count up our scores. And so let's go ahead and where's my phone? I need my phone for scoring. Okay. So we are going to count the victory points in our city. Where's the calculator? Okay. So we're going to count the points in our city. Anything with snow on them, I think, would prevent them from scoring. So we have no snow. We don't have to worry about that. So we've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, 23, 24, 25. We're going to score our prosperity cards, which are our purple ones. So this says we get 3 points. Oh, let's do this one first. We get 1 point for each of our unused resources and fire. We have 6 for that, so that's 6 points. Plus we get 3 points for each color card we have more of than our neighbor to our left. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we don't do brown. They have no red, so that's 3. They have a ton of blue, which we don't have, so we don't get that one. They have 2 purple. We have 3 purple, so that's another 3. And then they have 3 green, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green, so that's another 3. So that's 15 more points for us. So 21 total from our purple cards. Oh, 21, and then 22, 23, 24, 25, because we get 2 points for each of our brown buildings. So 25 for that. Quests, we have 5, 10, and then 15, so 25 from that. Holy cow, that's a lot of points there. Snow points, we get 1 point, and then if we have the most snow, we get an additional 5, which we do. He only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 snow. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 snow, so 18 total. Point tokens, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we have 0 on the journey locations, giving us 104 points. Holy cow. Ton of points there for us. Okay, so we're going to count his points up. So his points are in the city. So all his cards in the city. So 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. He only scores 6 points for quests. His journey location, he gets 8. Point tokens, he has 10. Snow, he gets 5. Prosperity cards. So for prosperity cards, he's going to score 3 points per prosperity card. So 1, 2, which is going to be 6 points. He will score 1 point for each fire token, so it's going to be 8 points for that. And then finally, for each face down card, he's going to score 1 point, which is going to be 3. So he ends the game at 72, and we ended the game at 104. So we kind of blew him out of the water there. So I think a big thing with that was that we just we got 25 points from our purple cards, which was really big. We got 25 points from quests. He didn't really mess with the quests. And he has 1 purple quest in there that he would have just gotten. So we got pretty lucky with the quests that he didn't really go there that much, and we managed to get a decent amount on our quests there. So yeah, so that's going to be a playthrough of Silverfrost. This didn't happen, but some of these red locations have it to where another player can go to that spot by paying the player who owns the red location a point, or they get a point for going there. I could do that to his stuff. He doesn't do it to mine. But he didn't actually have any red cards this whole game. So yeah, that's going to be it. This game is really interesting because I think it's way more complex than Farshore. Like, Farshore is a way more easygoing game than this one. The snow makes things really difficult and makes things kind of hard to play around. But yeah, I love this part. I really enjoy this thing, and you just get like some really broken, basically, spot to use. But the fire is it's just an interesting element because you got to really figure out how to balance all that stuff out. So, and I do like the AI system in this game because I love like having different parts of cards determine what the AI does, because it creates a really huge amount of variability on how things will play out with a limited amount of components. So I think the AI system in this is really cool. My biggest complaint about this game is more of a production thing, is I hate this dumb board shape. And my board got kind of busted up in some spots. Like, it's kind of messed up here, and then like the corner's a little bit messed up. But aside from that, everything else in this game is really nice. All of the resources are really nice. The metal coins are really nice. These are really great. So that's going to be a playthrough of Silverfrost. I'm going to revisit this at sometime soon to play on the hardest difficulty. So we've got 4 different difficulties, and really the different thing that changes is that he has a different number of quests, and so on difficulty 4, he gets 3 green quests and 1 purple quest, and then end game scoring here, he will get 6 points per purple card, and then 1 point for everything else. So I think even with all that, he still probably would have not won. I don't know. Yeah, and in multiplayer, there's an alternative scoring thing here that you can do. Whoever has the most just scores 12 points. It doesn't work in single player, so that's not active in single player. So anyway, yeah, but that's going to be it. Let me know what you guys think. And if I had to choose between the two, I think I like the complexity of this one a little bit more. This is almost like a Wingspan, Wormspan, or I would even almost compare it to a Wingspan or a Wormspan. A Wormspan to Finspan situation, where I feel like the core is the same, but I think there's a lot more going on here, a lot more decisions to make. It's a lot less, I think it's a lot less like family friendly. Like I think this one's much more complex than the other one. So I think there's enough differences if you own Farshore to have this one too. I can't speak to owning Everdell and all the expansions compared to this. I think if you have Everdell and everything with Everdell, I don't think you need probably any of these other games. But since I don't have Everdell and the barrier for entry is too high to like get all the expansions and stuff, I think for me this is kind of a perfect, like, you've got your, different theme, mechanically little slightly different, lighter weight one. You've got different theme, mechanically more sophisticated, heavier one. And they share that same principle of you're placing out workers and building your tableau, but then like the details are very different, make the decisions very different. So anyway, all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the playthrough. Let me know what you guys think of this, if you guys are excited about this coming out to retail or if you backed it. And yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.